This game is rated M for mature. It may contain blood and gore, intense violence, strong language, mature humor, nudity, strong sexual content, use of drugs and alcohol. Viewer discretion is advised. Howdy everyone and welcome back to more of the Tokyo Babel. Game's getting a little weird in terms of storylines. Not really sure how to piece it all together just yet. This is Surami, our sister, who is completely gone off a rocker. So, yeah, I'm not really sure what's going on. So, let's continue and hopefully we'll get some more insight into this development. Okay, Surami is the main character, that's not the sister. I'm an idiot, so just disregard that. Sheena's the sister.
名前を忘れたけど、誰かからお姉ちゃんをもらっただけだから。あなたがもともとどんな存在だったかなんて知ったこっちゃないな。
It was simply too much. I felt myself helplessly crushed under the weight of her words.
なんでこんなこと。
Now in the last episode, we killed her. We don't know why we killed her, but we did. Only to her to basically be as right as rain again. So I don't know what the hell's going on. It's all weird. But it's interesting. This game is extremely enthralling.
こんなことか。ねえ、これってそんなにひどいこと？だって人間ってただの消耗品でしょ？勝手に誕生して、勝手に生きて、勝手に死ぬ。それを私がちょっといたずらに使ってどこが悪いの？いたずら。そう、いたずら。踏みつぶしてもひねりつぶしても叩きつぶしても自然発生するじゃない。私はたまたま譲り受けたお姉ちゃんを記憶をいじり回して遊び道具に使っただけ。
Pure anger burned in me, yet all I felt was my entire body growing colder and colder. She was no human. In fact, she looked down upon them as if they were cattle. In her eyes, I was no more than an insect, ready to be massacred on a whim whenever it would please her. Bitch. She responded with a vile howl of a laugh.
私は何に見える？あなたの可愛い妹？ユーリ？それとも熊本先生？アダ？それ以外の名前も知らない誰か？違うでしょ？違うわよね！
Realizing she was expecting a reply from me, I gave her one, albeit timidly.
人間じゃない。それだけはわかる。
That's the face of crazy. Pure, unadulterated craziness right there.
じゃあ、私は天使？それとも悪？
Where the hell's that guy at? She narrowed her eyes. If I made a mistake here, I knew she would pulverize me in an instant.
あなたは
Which one would be correct? What did she want me to say? I mean, it was entirely possible that both answers were wrong. Damn it! I was confused beyond words.
どっちよ？
Neither. The abrupt shift in her tone startled me. Despite having mocked me with such ferocity until just a minute ago, she now appeared awfully restless, her scornful gaze practically glued to me.
ねえ、私は一体何なの？天使？悪魔？こんなひどいことするから悪魔？でも天使だってひどいよ。あいつら人間のことなんとも思ってないんだもの。知ってる？気づいてる？世界なんてとうの昔に終わってるの。この世界は腐って見放されてどうしようもなくなってるの。だから私だってやりたいことをやる。望んだことを望む。好き勝手にもてあそんで好き勝手に殺してやるんだ。全部遊んでやる。腕を掴んで引きちぎり、首を掴んでひねり回す。そして永遠にこの学校で遊び続ける。
Okay, I'm legitimately terrified at this point for the character.
それが私の考えた支配、私の望みなの。天に向けて声高らかに重曹を吐き、地に向けて厳かに暴虐を与えてやる。
She held back at me, her mind truly and utterly broken beyond repair. She leveled her gaze at my dumbfounded expression, her eyes brimming with insatiable bloodlust.
ねえお姉ちゃん、楽しいでしょ。
I'm not having fun.
楽しいよね。楽しいと言って。ここは私の王国、私の理想郷。だからみんな楽しいの。
She glanced around, calling out to all the corpses around her.
ねえ、楽しいでしょ。みんなもそう思うでしょ。ええ、楽しいわ。
The decayed corpse that was once my friend answered her.
ああ、楽しいさ。
So did the chopped up homeroom teacher.
すごく幸せさ。
すごく幸せです。
The heads of the two lovers dangling from the ceiling joined in their chorus.
楽しいね。
楽しいよ。
God, this is such a mind fuck. Their decapitated bodies all boomed in unison.
楽しいわ。
楽しいさ。
A corpse gave a headless nod,
楽しい。
楽しいぞ。
and yet another voiced his approval.
ほら、みんな楽しいって、みんな幸せだって。そうよ、私は間違ってない。何も間違ってなんかない。だからお姉ちゃんも。
Once again, I felt the piercing gaze of her crimson eyes upon me, and in that moment I knew it was finished. I would be killed, brutally and without a shred of mercy, in ways far too gruesome for me to even imagine.
いじめてあげる。たっぷりいじめてあげる。生きていることを後悔するほどいじめてあげる。五感と通覚神経は大事に保管して、他を徹底的にいたぶってあげる。バラバラになった自分を見せてあげる。腐敗する過程を思う存分体感させてあげる。生きるってことがどれほど辛くて苦しくて絶望なのか、とことんまで思い知らせてあげるからね。
Okay, you need to take a chill pill. I felt my thoughts wander far as my mind and soul yielded to complete terror, and then it happened. What happened? Find out next. No, I'm not gonna do that. My God, I thought I'd never be so glad to hear a phone ring in my life.
何この音。
Here's the phone's ringing. Needless to say, it was a phone, sitting right in the middle between the two of us.
嘘。なんでこんなものが。いつ。認めない。
Are you gonna get that, or should I? The phone kept ringing, unrelenting in its purpose, almost like it beckoned me to pick it up.
うるさい。
Moshi. Why'd you do that? Irritated, Sheena pulverized the phone with one clean swing of her hand. A satisfied smile overtook her features once she confirmed that the ringing had stopped for good. Watched it appear right again, just to taunt her.
バグかしら。もう自分ではコントロールできているつもりだったのに、まだ安定していない。
The phone materialized once again, this time at a slightly different spot, about a meter from its previous incarnation.
この
The moment she got rid of the new phone, another one sprang up at a different location. She made sure to destroy that one as well. Yet mere seconds later, 8 more appeared. 4 on various desks, one on the teacher's podium, one in front of me, and another arm's reach, and finally, one behind Sheena. All 8 phones buzzed alive in a relentless cacophony of sound. Their boom was the trumpet of salvation, mercilessly shattering her lies and deceit to smithereens.
うるさい。
She was no longer swinging her arm to annihilate the phones. Instead, she merely pointed a finger at them, destroying each one in rapid succession. Yet the ringing refused to cease. forcing Sheena to cover her ears with both palms, almost like she was ready to pluck her own head from its place.
私の脳をかき乱さないでよ
The shrill ringing worked as acute torture. No doubt at her wit's end, she finally snatched up one of the receivers.
何者なのこの私の支配空間にどうして干渉できるのよ答えなさい答えないとこいつの頭を輪切りにするわよ
She glared straight at me while talking. If at all possible, I really wish to avoid painting the walls of this room with my gray matter.
答えなさい
A faint whisper reached my ears. Even though it shouldn't have. After all, I wasn't the one holding the receiver. Its tone was pregnant with warmth and kindness, putting me at ease.
答える必要はなく、君の脅迫も全く必要性を見出せない。この電話を君が取った時点で、
You should have answered that phone, Sheena. I told you not to answer the phone, and you did. Oh, you screwed up. You screwed up. It's over. Oh, well. That's a hell of an entrance, I suppose. The very same time her eyes shot open in response, a sizable chunk of the classroom furthest wall was blasted open. I stared round-eyed at the spectacle, while Sheena glared at it with a pair of bloodshot eyes filled with murderous contempt.
さあ出てこい私の領域で私の力で存在を切り刻んでやる
Even I could sense the presence of a certain someone lurking in the shadows beyond the hole. And soon enough, I heard the crunch of footsteps.
では、問おう。
A young man came forward. The very first thing I thought of as I beheld him was embarrassingly trivial, yet oddly enough, I couldn't shake it from my mind. I was certain his skin must have been ice cold to the touch. He looked at her with a gaze bereft of emotion, his eyes reflecting only a lifeless void, his locks the color of midnight. The young man stepped into view wearing a school uniform, emanating a somewhat frigid aura.
このまがいものの世界において、絶対的支配者として君臨する君が、一体何を恐れている？私に言葉を許し、私に侵入を許している。
His name's Setsuna. It sounds familiar.
それは
Before she could finish, another unexpected guest entered the fray. What's that?
それはまあ異物だもんねそれもあれだ T か G かさもなきゃエボラってレベルで
A cheery feminine voice echoed in the darkness from the same direction as the man's, startling both me and the former Sheena. It sounded familiar.
お前
Lilith. The girl slipped out from the cover of darkness, stepping into the light. She wore a dark sailor outfit with deeply slit and considerably short skirt. Her silky black hair glistened in in bewitching hues, almost like it was a thing out of this world. Three things stood out in contrast to her dark visage: her milky white skin, a bright yellow scarf, and a scarlet choker. Still, the hair in the uniform gave off the impression of a woman cloaked in the very shadows she slipped out of. And the problematic bit was her face, though. Mostly because it looked awfully familiar. In fact, I'd just met and spoken to her a short while back. Then I stumbled upon her decayed corpse, much to my horror.
嘘ユリ
She cocked her head to the side, visibly in thought. After a handful of seconds, she struck her palm with a fist, no doubt having come to a certain conclusion.
ユリユリユリリリああなるほどちょっと会いすぎやしないところであなたのお名前何だったっけ
Her only answer was silence and a fierce glare, yet her expression had lost all trace of its former composure.
確かあれ何だったかなごめんね現実だとあまりに雑魚すぎて覚えてなかったわ黙れ
Enraged, Sheena thrust a hand in her direction. It seemed as if a certain something with a translucent outline had struck the dark-haired girl, sending a series of vibrant, barely visible ripples through the very air around them. The abrupt gust-like phenomenon sent the girl's obsidian locks dancing wildly in the air, seemingly come to life like an entity of its own. Her skirt and scarf, too, fluttered lightly, but that was all. I didn't actually see anything, but I knew she did something. It simply wasn't overly visible to me.
あら、結構きついわね。
A fresh rivulet of bright red blood trickled down from beneath her cuff like a stream of molten rubies. Alright.
なんだ、大したことないじゃない。たかが私のたかが一撃で血を流すなんて。夜の魔女め。
The Witch of the Night inclined her head and smiled, paying no heed to her injuries.
ちょっと何よ。これでも若いのよ、私は。心はいつでも11歳ってやつ。若くて未熟なのよね。
You are not 11 years old. You're way too old to be 11 years old. That's the oldest 11 I've ever seen in my life. The man, Setsuna, came forward in an instant, stepping between the two women. Here we go, he's gonna put an end to this. We're gonna do one attack and it's gonna end her life and just blow her away, right? And that's what I'm expecting. There's a lot of build up to this. This guy better not disappoint. He made me wait an hour. An hour. Scared the old. Almost like her knight in shining armor, or maybe a bodyguard, or, well, whatever.
だからあなたをゴミくずのように叩き潰して排出するのは全部この天道刹那に任せるわ。
We know her name's
せい
Lilith.
ぜい頑張って戦って頑張って絶望してちょうだい。
What's with the question marks?
その前にクグツ空見の避難を優先すべきではないだろうか。
I'm okay. He showed a look in my direction as I was still just standing there, completely removed from their prior conversation. His gaze reflected nothing that could be labeled as an emotion. As he leveled his gaze on me, I saw no hatred or sorrow, no curiosity or even compassion. He just simply looked at me. At the very least, that was what it seemed like to me.
彼女は私が救出する。なのであなたはとっとと自称お強い天使様をぶっ飛ばしちゃいなさい。
Can I stay just a little longer? I kind of want to see this.
了解。対象をゲテルに確定する。
What's Gethel mean? Does anyone know what Gethel means? In the comments, please tell me. Setsuna then directed his gaze at the young girl he just referred to as Gethel.
力の天使。他者の視力を強奪し、隠された事柄を司る存在。そして
Never mind. I think you just told me
この
what
小さ
that
な世
means.
界の支配者。ここで問題になるのは、君が何を隠しているかだろうな。君に何が起きた？
黙れって言ってる。
Damn, shit's about to go down. In the next moment, I lost sight of Setsuna for a heartbeat. A thunderous, ear-splitting crack echoed within the classroom as Setsuna grabbed Gethel by the head, driving her into the blackboard with tremendous force. So much, in fact, that the two broke through the wall behind it, vanishing from sight. Holy crap. As that otherworldly scene played out before my eyes, I sensed the oppressive pressure I had felt up to this point slowly dissipating. The realization that I might have been saved began to sink in. We're not gonna die. A+ for today.
あなた大丈夫？
I'm okay. Some lucky therapist is gonna get a lot of years of therapy, that's for sure. The dark hair girl's tone didn't reflect any genuine concern. Still, I gave her a sheepish nod.
見た感じ外傷もなさそうだしね。問題ないか。
Let's get the hell out of here.
私の名前はリリスよ。よろしくね。
She wasn't Japanese, was she?
北欧の方？
Scandinavian, that's your first go-to?
いいえ、エデン出身よ。
Eden.
まあ、家庭の事情で引っ越して、その
Where
後
the
は
hell's
郊外
Eden?
沿岸に住んでいたん
No,
だ。
I'm kidding. I know what Eden is. A wink and a mischievous laugh followed. Still, Eden, was there a country with that name? The only Eden I knew was from the Bible.
それで
What was I trying to ask her?
無理よ無理。この世界にあなたがやってきた経緯はあまりに煩雑で、こんなところでのんびり語るには向かない代物よ。
Yeah, I'm gonna be needing answers, and a lot of them when we get out of here.
ああ、そうなの。じゃあいいや。
She gave me a puzzled look.
気にならないの？
Yeah, I'm curious.
気になるんだけど、気にしても無駄なんでしょ？思考の切り替えしておかなきゃ。また殺されそうになっちゃう。
Can I go to the bathroom? I've been holding it for so long.
これは夢？
Or, yeah, that too. That's a very important question, too. Lilith's expression clouded over.
なるべく簡単に説明すると、この世界は極めて夢に近いわ。でもあなたの夢じゃなくて、先ほどまでここにいたゲテルの夢、精神領域なのよ。
Okay, interesting.
精神領域。
そう、ゲテルが支配したゲテルのためだけに存在する世界。物理を含めたあらゆる法則が彼女の支配下に置かれ、彼女が望んだことは何だって実現する。
ちょっと
Alrighty.
望んだことが何でも実現するなら完全無敵じゃない。セツナって人勝てるの？
そう、勝率8割ってとこかしら。
I don't like the 80%. I don't have very good odds.
どっちが？
Lilith might answer that question with another giggle.
心配なの？
Yeah, a little bit. Not gonna lie.
そりゃ心配よ。わざわざ助けに来てくれたのに帰り討ちにあったって言うんじゃ。
Man, that'd be a horrible way to go.
うん。本当はさっさと脱出しようかとも思っていたんだけど、せっかくだし見物しますか。
Are you sure that's okay? Lilith spun around to take in her surroundings, her expression soon twisting into a frown. Almost like she was seeing the place for the first time. It's a little depressing here.
あら、よく見たらこの教室ってひどい荒れさまだったわ。私はともかく、あなたにとってこのままというのはちょっとひどいわよね。
Well, I don't know, are we? She casually made a broad gesture with her right arm. And just like that, all the corpses in the room disappeared. Despite having convinced myself that I wouldn't be surprised by anything at this point, her act still left me in awe.
よしよし、それでは。
Lil snapped her fingers, summoning a massive projector screen above the teacher's podium. That's pretty cool. It displayed an image, the same hallway I explored just a short while ago. Setsuna and Gethel stood at the opposite ends of the corridor, staring each other down.
おお、西部劇ね。
Yeah, I had a tumbleweed and the image would have been perfect. Setsuna responded to Gethel's openly contemptuous glare with an expression composed enough to be considered unsettling. In fact, composed might not have been the correct expression. He was tranquility incarnate. He did have the look of someone resolved to fight, yet lacked even the tiniest hint of excitement. Now, he's probably been through the motions one too many times. He's all jaded. He's all jaded to all this. There he stood in complete silence, his gaze like that of a man who made peace with the hand of fate dealt with him. Here we go. He's gonna do something. Oh, he closed his eyes. He's gonna do something awesome. I was expendable. A silent darkness shrouded the corridor, its decayed floor littered with holes. Kugutsu Sarami's safety had been secured for the time being, yet I knew it was far too early to celebrate. The girl before me was the angel Gethel, possessing enough power to construct and maintain an illusionary world. The issue lay with whether or not she had managed to find her raisin I don't know French. She needs to find her raisins. According to Lilith, discovering one's something proved essential in combat. Only a fool would do battle without it. In any event, dismantling her illusionary world would need to come first. Based on Lilith's prior briefing, there were two primary ways to achieve that: inflicting the necessary damage on either the world itself or its master. If at all possible, accomplishing both would be the most desirable.
それでお前の名前は？
天道刹那。
Gethel practically spat the words out.
何？巡礼者？ここまでたどり着ける力を持っているならうすうす感づいているんじゃない？
No,
ど
they
う
just
して
told me
自
to go
分がこ
here.
こに呼び出されたのかなんて。
They didn't give me any reason why.
それは
Gethel considered me for a second, her lips curling into a wolfish grin.
知ってるでしょ？知ってるでしょ？この世界の虚栄を、残忍さを。なら手を貸しなさいよ。一緒に壊しましょうよ。
I inhaled a deep breath. Verbal negotiations would yield no results.
あいにくそういうのを防ぐために私が召喚されたんだ。君は破壊、私は防衛。互いの立ち位置は明瞭だ。故に君の希望を
I lifted my right hand.
打ち砕く。
Oh, damn. Oh. Nanomachines. What? As the nanomachines in my bloodstream whirred to life, I felt my physical prowess skyrocket. The illusionary world was in a state of flux. As such, I'd endeavor to prioritize avoiding increased interference with the real world. And the same applied to making use of my budding skills in magical perception. Doubly so against an angel.
そうなら仕方ないわ。ええ、仕方ないわ。この世はすべて欺瞞と疑念でできている。ならば私の幻影が世界を覆ったところで問題はない。お前のビジョンも私の幻影に取り込んでやる。
As my breathing evened out, I signaled to Lilith by whispering to myself, letting her know that combat had been initiated.
原告をもって一切の非戦闘行為による解決を放棄、戦闘行動へ移行、撃滅による状況好転を目標とする。
Alright, everybody. Setsuna versus Gethel. Place your bets. We will see what happens in the next episode. I am super excited. Take it easy, everybody.